Hey there, besties. All right, it's some lyric time, y'all. It's some lyrics time. Messy gonna do the lyrics, child. This is not one you probably expected me to do, but I gotta do it because everybody talking about it, child. Everybody talking about Jason Aldean. I don't even know who the hell this person is. He white, he country music singer, then sang some song, wrote some song, and now the blacks is mad. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and read the lyrics and see if the song is racist. All right, then we're gonna go and see what the blogs is saying. The song is called Try That in a Small Town. Jason Aldean, country music. All right? So here we go. I wonder if this will be easier to read than Sukiyana in Sexy Red. Let's see. Sucker punch somebody on the sidewalk, carjack an old lady at a red light. Pull a GUN on the owner of a liquor store. You think it's cool? Well, act a fool if you like. Cuss out a cop, spit in his face, stomp on the flag and light it up. Yeah, you think you're tough? Okay, so country music people don't make music rhyme, clearly. I don't see no rhymes yet. Maybe it's just me, y'all. Maybe it's just me. It's no rhyming going on here. All right. Well, try that in a small town. See how far you make it down the road. Around here, we take care of our own. You cross that line, it won't take long for you to find out. F around and find out. I recommend you don't. Try that in a small town. Okay? So don't come into a small town acting like a fool. That's what I got so far. All right. Got a GUN that my granddad gave me. Oh my. Oh my. They say one day they gonna round up. Well, that ish might fly in the city. Good luck. Oh, it's kind of a rhyme. Let me read that again. Got a GUN that my granddad gave me. They say one day they're going to round up. Well, that ish might fly in the city. Good luck. I don't know what that means. Try that in a small town. See how far you make it down the road. Around here, we take care of our own. You cross that line, it won't take long for you to find out. I recommend you don't. Try that in a small town. Oh, okay. Wait. Child. All right. I got to remember this is not a rap, all right? Full of good old boys, just the good old boys. Hey, sorry. Raised up right, if you're looking for a fight, try that in a small town, try that in a small town. Try that in a small town, see how far you make it down the road. Around here, we take care of our own. You cross that line, it won't take long for you to find out. I recommend you don't. Try that in a small town. Try that in a small town. Ooh, ooh. Try that in a small town. Okay. All right. All right, listen. I don't know who Jason Aldean is. I obviously know that he is a country music singer. All right. So if we go from the top, he clearly is saying that there's some things going on in society, which we know. People out here wilding out, acting like complete and utter jackasses. Let's be honest, okay? If people wasn't acting like fools, we wouldn't have to worry about all the closures, high crime, jackings, and all the things that Jason here is talking about, okay? Jason is saying, keep that ish in the city, don't bring it to the country. That's what I hear. Jason said, keep that foolishness over there, don't bring it over here because we're going to take care of it. That's what I hear Jason saying. He said, don't bring that BS over here because we're going to handle it on our own. So it sounds like, y'all, let me know what you think, of course. Jason said, we ain't having it. All right? Try it if you want to. We take care of our own. We really know how to use a GUN. F around and find out. All right? So what is the problem with this song? What is the problem with this song? First of all, it don't even rhyme. I'm going to go listen to the song after this. Obviously, you know I can't play it here just so I can kind of get the tune of it. But I don't, like, we are reading the actual lyrics here. And Jason, to me, is saying that don't bring that foolishness over here. We ain't got time. And I, if I have my sound box, would applaud that because I hear him. I understand. We tired of the foolishness. Everybody's foolishness. People need to stop. People need to stop taking things that don't belong to them. Stop being out here doing stuff to people that you shouldn't be doing. Follow the effing law. Carry your ass home. Go get a job. Take care of your family. Stop being causing havoc out here in these daggone streets. We're not going to sit around here and act like we don't see what's going on in most major cities in the damn United States of America. And as these places keep having stores shut down, San Francisco, Portland, Chicago, wherever else that I can't think of right now, and then there's no place else for these people to rob from, where do y'all think they about to go? The suburbs. And Jason said, F around and you gonna find out. And I ain't got a problem with it. So in my mind, though, this is what I'm thinking based off of what I'm understanding. The Negroes have a problem with this. So the Negroes have a problem with this because you're basically saying that he's allegedly talking to black people. So then what you're saying is that you know, or you believe that the person that's sucker punching somebody on the sidewalk, the person that's carjacking the old lady, the person that's pulling the thing out at the liquor store is black people. So I just got, all these comments of people all riled up, the pro-blacks, the blacks, the blackity blacks, the coloreds, the Negroes, on Tickety Talk because of the short about the people that happen to be black robbing the daggone store for liquor. They coming at me talking about I got an agenda. I don't have an agenda. Well, let me rephrase. The only agenda that I'm saying is leave me and mine the F alone. Other than that, you're going to do what you're going to do. Right? But y'all are basically saying to go ahead and let people who are doing things illegally to continue to do anything that they want illegally if they black. That's what y'all are basically saying with this outrage for this song, in my opinion. Now, I know I'm an oppressor loving raccoon with my screws loose. Shout out to Willie and Jan. But seriously, this man don't mention not one bit of race, but y'all be seeing race and everything. But then black people be the people that be telling white people that they about to start a race war when all black people do is bring up race. If you identify this song with black people, then that means that you recognize and know that this is what black people are doing. So my question is, as it has been, is why is no one screaming out at the top of their lungs to say, F this, stop this, we ain't got time, we tired, get your gremlins under control, file the effing law, and act like you got some daggone sense. Y'all telling on yourselves. Not y'all, but you know what I'm talking about. They be telling on themselves. Cuss out a cop, spit in his face, stomp on the flag, and light it up. Now, I don't know who doing that. I gotta be honest. I don't know who doing that. Jason, that's all you, okay? I don't understand what the outrage is, but let's go ahead and see, because I'm sure the blogs got it. I'm sure they do. All right, y'all. So I'm back. So I listened to the song and I watched the video, and I have to be honest with you, I like it. All right. So I'm not one that's gonna go and seek out country music. I like that song. It actually was a lot slower than I anticipated it to be. I didn't see anything that was specifically to black people. So why you coloreds are upset, I don't know. When I have now watched the video, then listened to the music and looked at the scenery and what they were trying to say, they said, keep your foolishness on over there because around here we take care of our own. And honestly, if black people had that type of camaraderie, maybe our hoods, let me rephrase, y'all's hoods would be much better. Instead of worrying about getting, taking down the next person. And instead of that, maybe if you took care of the community, policed people, raised your kids, and made sure that they were following the law and not getting involved with GANGs, then things would be different. Shout out to Brooklyn, Maryland. We wouldn't have 8-year-olds out here stealing cars, picking people up, crashing it up, and then people act like this is not a problem. We wouldn't have 12-year-olds on house arrest, ankle monitors on, and then they get deleted, and then the people within the house where he's growing up blame people on the outside. We wouldn't have kids who are running down the street away from the policemen, and they take one because they had an illegal GUN because they're under the age of 18 and shouldn't have it, but for some reason we want to ignore that. People have a uncanny ability to tell other people what they are ignoring, but can't seem to see what it is that said person is ignoring to contribute to all of the issues and problems that they see in their neighborhoods. I know I am the What is the person that called me the raccoon, the oppressor loving raccoon, senseless, whatever the hell it is that Willie and Janet called me comboed, right? Because calling names is going to help. Because talking negatively instead of talking about the issues and the subjects at hand, why is it that we still don't have the other two or more people from Brooklyn, Maryland's mass from a month ago?
I beg your pardon. I beg your pardon.
Still don't have the other 2+ people who contributed to that deletion of two of their own. Two of their own. Two of their own. And nobody knows anything at a place where there were over 1,000 people in a neighborhood, a development, a community. I don't know what you want to call it. And no one knows anything. And no one knows anything after all this time. No idea where these people are. No idea where they went. Nothing on any of the social medias. No clue on anything. Really? That's what we want to do? But then throw shade and pain at the police, even Doogie, Ivan, all of them. You're not helping them at all, but you expect them to help you. Black people got to take a look at what the heck it is that we be doing for ourselves instead of sitting around and always blaming someone else, calling other people names because they don't do things the way that you think they should be done. You think that it's wrong. You don't even see, let me rephrase, and I'm talking to black people right now. Black people don't even see how we are doing this to ourselves and yet always saying that's white people. Maybe if we took the stance like Jason Aldean is saying for his community, then maybe our communities would be better. We would be doing better. We would have better, have more. No, you would rather get mad at me and tell me and call me names when all I'm doing is showing the dysfunction and the fact that this is not working. Y'all mad at Jason, who didn't say one damn thing about black. All the people in the video of every type of race, every type of situation that he showed, right? But you'll go and defend Sukihana being in the UK, acting like a complete 304. Nasty, ignorant, ratchet, and ghetto. You will take up for Sexy Red, nasty, ratchet, and ghetto, and just say, oh, leave them alone, they just having fun. Okay, have at it. Gets nowhere and act just like it. If that's what y'all choose to embrace and love and keep and admire and try to imitate. Jason looks at it a different way. And I would rather be a part of that than to be over here waiting for someone to do something to me or my family because they looking after somebody else or try and get somebody else or just out here for the night because they wanted some pizza. Shout out to that police person in New Jersey, I believe. May she rest in peace. How many balloon releases do black people want to see before they realize there's an issue within the community? Ain't got shit to do with white people. How many funerals would they like to attend for people under the age of 25 before they realize that there's a problem and we need to address it? How many times do I need to say that your leaders, meaning Tamika, Sean, I kind of with Ben, Al, and the rest, don't give one damn about what's going on with black people, but always want to point out what white people are doing. So let's just say for a second, go ahead and say that Jason was talking about black people, right? Just say that Jason was. We gonna allegedly it, all right? So you're saying that you think that black people can go around, blame white people, call everything racism, everything that a white person does is racist, call them out, take them down, get them fired, take their livelihood away, but then turn around and say that if they say something about black people, that is wrong and they can't do it. Make that make sense. If we're not going to take a step back and see where the actual problems are and take a step back to say that it's time to do some discussions and acknowledging that, guess what? Maybe we need to lay off a little bit. Maybe we need to go ahead and understand that maybe it's not, we shouldn't get so riled up about things that might not be necessarily racism, white supremacy, or discrimination every time a white person is involved. Every time a white person is involved. Yeah, I don't subscribe to that. I just don't. I just don't. And trust and believe, I don't like nobody. I don't care what their damn race is, okay? I'm going to tell you, this is another case of the same. Tell me that this is not the same case of you not going to tell me, I'm going to tell you. So here on Hollywood Unlocked, we see that Whoopi Goldberg slams Jason Aldean for going too far with deplorable song, Try That in a Small Town.
Life in a small town, and it's different, you know, and he shows these images. He's got folks from the Black Lives Matter movement, and
how does she know that it's the Black Lives Matter movement? And why is it that she is still touting the Black Lives Matter movement, given what we know about Black Lives Matter? They ain't nowhere around. They ain't give up none of that money. They ain't do nothing for the daggone any of these cities. They ain't doing nothing for black people. They don't care about Black Lives Mattering at all. And yet Whoopi Goldberg gonna sit up here and talk about the Black Lives damn matter. The Black Lives Damn Matter has been debunked. Ain't nobody out here demanding no money back. Ain't nobody out here suing them. Ain't nobody out here saying nothing. But y'all gonna continue to go along with it. But is that white people still? Is that white people too? Is the fact that black people are still putting their energy into Black Lives Matter, is that white supremacy as well? Is that racism as well? Is that, am I crazy? Please tell me, y'all. Please tell me. What am I missing?
And he's talking about people taking care of each other. And I find it so interesting that it never occurred to Jason or the writers that that's what these folks were doing. They were taking care of the people in their town because they didn't like what they saw. Just like you talk about.
Okay, so Whoopi is saying that it's okay to destroy a town. It's okay to destroy a city. It's okay to destroy property. It's okay to burn stuff down to the ground. It's acceptable. It's not a problem because they didn't like what was going on in their city. That's what she's attesting to right now, y'all. That's what she's attesting to right now. So she can say it's okay. Jason can't. You not gonna tell me, I'ma tell you.
People taking care of each other in small towns. We do the same thing in big towns. You just have to realize that when you make it about Black Lives Matter, people kind of say, well, are you talking about black people? What are you talking about here? If we're talking about Americans taking care of each other, then it shouldn't be about Black Lives Matter. You should be able to show all the different things that have gone on in our country where
I didn't see one thing in the video, and I invite y'all, please go watch the video. Please go watch the video. I didn't see one thing that said Black Lives Matter. I didn't see one thing that specifically said Black Lives Matter, so she's the one that's bringing it up. Whoopi, what are you talking about? Y'all, I can't do this.
People stood up and said no more. We do the same thing that small towns do. That's
okay, cool. Then if this is the way big cities do it, I'm going to make sure I stay out of them. Burn everything to the ground. Out here being disrespectful to the police, but when you need them, they should come to you. Then you mad when they don't come for you, but you can be out here doing all these things. It's okay, basically, is what you're saying, Whoopi, to knock an old lady over. It's okay to loot the Wawa. It is okay to break down cars. It's okay to take over a whole city in Chicago. It's okay to do all this foolishness, Whoopi. You are saying that this is okay, and then you're saying it's in the name of Black Lives Matter. An organization that has stole millions and millions and millions and hasn't done a damn thing to help a black life. If they have, y'all, let me know. Please. Please.
That's my 2 cents to that. You know, he talks about life. You can sing them. You know, there's a lot wrong here.
I don't know why that second slide won't play. So I don't want y'all to think that I'm overlooking it. It won't play sound. I don't know why.
with this. This is a man who saw what happens when someone is out of control with their guns.
Yeah,
he's
he was
someone
performing
he was
in Las
performing
Vegas.
in Vegas,
In Vegas.
and he saw people get. So I don't understand how he could be that disconnected. How people around him didn't say to him, "Hey, listen, you know what? Maybe there's a better way to do this." Because
So Jason Aldean, because he talks about a GUN that his grandfather gave him, should know better than to discuss a GUN because of something that happened in Vegas. Because of something that happened in Vegas, someone around him should have said, "Oh, you know, you shouldn't talk about this because of something that happened in Vegas." What, Whoopi? There are masses going on regularly every damn day now. And for something that at one point you could have said mostly white men do, you can't say that no more. Why can't Jason acknowledge what his grandfather gave him? So just because his grandfather gave him a weapon and your grandfather, for instance, gave you a watch, that pocket watch he used to wear, it's a problem for Jason Aldean, but not for you.
When the imagery invoked race, that's
yeah.
what was.
There's no reason
did
to
invoke
separate
race.
big city people from small town
None.
people. That to me is the divisive part of this song. I mean,
It's a difference. As a person who grew up in a small town, which it's different now in 2023, was raised in a small town where everyone knew each other, where when I walked down the street, people knew my name and I knew theirs. I would call them Miss and Mr. If I did something in school, my grandmother knew about it before I got home. When I went around the corner to the playground, if I needed help, there would be someone there for me, surrounded by my cousins, sticking together, walking and going places together, walking, not driving, not riding in a car, walking. That's a small town. I walked to school 2 blocks away. I walked to the park. I walked to church. Lies. I got driven to church, but I would walk home from church. That's a small town. That's very different than when I go to New York. Very different. Very different from when I'm in the city of Philadelphia. Very different. So don't say that it's not different. It is very different. And what is going on in these major cities right now? It's complete and utter BS. And y'all are basically condoning all this crap that's going on. These people, everybody, ooh, child.
it's a deplorable song and it's annoying. Got a gun that my granddad gave me. They say one day they're going to round up. Well, that S might fly in the city. Good luck. It's very divisive and provocative. But I defend his right to do this video.
Absolutely.
Because they can't censor me, they shouldn't censor him either.
Listen to that.
I'm actually not going to give him the benefit of the doubt. And I'm pleased that you are, and I'm pleased that you are.
Fanatic.
You can again. You can.
You agree that he should be allowed to say whatever he
Because
wants.
as a lawyer, when I put my legal hat on,
Yeah, okay.
I don't believe in censorship.
Right.
However, this man is from Macon, Georgia. My father's from Augusta, Georgia, and Macon, Georgia. I
How you from 2 towns? But I digress.
spent many summers there. Yeah.
Oh. See, understand and listen before this woman even gets started. She's going to play on her experiences as younger. Okay? So then she says that it ain't right from her experiences, where I say from my experiences, I don't have a problem with the song. So we all gotta understand how we grew up and things of that nature might have an effect on something. I don't have a problem with it. I don't have a problem with it. But her experiences are different than my experiences, and we're probably around the same daggone age, I would assume. So does that make me wrong? And for the younger people that don't know nothing about that type of community, because they just don't know, don't sit up here and think that just because you don't understand means that it's racist. Why does it have to be racist? I didn't see anything racist as far as I know in this video. I know people said that, something about the building that he was in front of, and that could quite possibly be something. But for the most part, most people aren't going to know that. In my opinion, most people aren't going to know that.
Yeah, both. I spent many summers there. It is one of the most racist places in this country. So don't tell me that he knew nothing about what that imagery meant and what he. So I don't give him the benefit.
But I'm saying, along with him, more people should also be held accountable. The other thing is that
what are we holding someone accountable for because he made a video in a racist city? What city isn't racist? I mean, according to black people anyway, what city isn't racist? Or history of racism, the whole United States is racist according to everyone, right? So no songs whatsoever, but no problem with Pound Town. Did they have a discussion about Pound Town? Did they have a discussion about that other song that girl did that I read? Any song about what Sukihana is singing? Did they have a problem with the when they were being dogged walked by the dude? I don't know his name, child. I don't know these people. Did they say anything about when Sukihana was in the middle of London acting like a complete fool? Oh, no problem with when the black people are doing ratchet stuff, but now it's a problem because this man made a daggone song and they're assuming, they're projecting their own experiences to say that it is racist because it's one of the most racist places. Is this where he lives? Is this where he from? Like, I don't know that either, y'all.
What was evoked for me, which was, you're not going to get out of this town, are those sundown
don't let the sun
areas
go down on your
ass. Because there were times when black people, my mother's in the audience today, thank you for coming. And my mother and father, because
you agree that he should be allowed to say whatever.
They were an interracial couple, were run out of South Carolina by the KKK. And my father is still scarred from that experience, and you are still scarred from that experience.
That has nothing to do with Jason Aldean. And this song here in 2023, this is no different than holding standards for laws and things that are in place for 2023 back for when things were different in 1972, 1962, 1952. I hate that. I hate that. Of course they had those issues back then. Look at how old you are. So definitely they did have issues, but they decided to be together and work it out. But then y'all don't have nothing to say to Ebony K. Williams, who's sitting up here talking about be a single mother to the black community. What? What? I know a couple who's mixed and been married for over 50 years as well. They went through similar situations, but they made it. They stuck it through during the height of all of the Jim Crow, the systemic racism and all that stuff. They still together today, provided for their family, made it through, lived in the big city, lived in the little country and all those things and somehow made it through. Y'all act like a person can't even go ahead and say what they want to say. What? Because they're white and because of what you think that you know that they meant? This is absolutely so ridiculous.
So
we're
don't
all still scarred from that experience.
So don't tell me that not only was he aware of what he was doing by using that imagery, he embraces that imagery. And unfortunately, this became the #1 song on US iTunes. We have a problem.
Of course it's going to become #1 if y'all going to sit up here and make a big deal and make a spectacle out of something that didn't need to be made. I would have never known about this song. Never. But y'all want to find racism in every damn thing. You want to try to tell people what to do. Their experiences are theirs. So let's just go ahead and say that Jason Aldean lived in his small town with a bunch of white people, which odds are that's what it was, because when I was younger, I lived with a bunch of black people. Okay. Is that his fault that he grew up maybe with the Klan? I don't know, y'all. I'm just making stuff up. What if he grew up with the Klan? Okay. Is that his fault? So now he's here. He's making his music. He's doing whatever the hell it is that he do. He made this song that made no reference to the KKK, made no reference to the BLM, made no reference to the NIGGER. Oh, he stood this in front of this building. He knows. How do you know he knows? And even if he knows, that's what he grew up with. This trying to make other people always see your point of view so that they can woe is me you is absolutely maddening. His experiences are his experiences. As long as he ain't coming out here in front of nobody's face talking about you N-word, I will do this, that, and the third. Why are we mad? Not we. Why are y'all mad? Why are y'all mad? But ain't got no smoke for none of the stuff that I done said that we should have control over. Not this woman. She ain't gonna be concerned with Sukihana and Sexy Red. But I'm just saying, with the community, the culture.
In this country about race, and the biggest problem is we refuse to admit that it exists.
Well, don't you think that?
Who's not admitting that it exists? I want to know who's not admitting that there is white supremacy, discrimination, and racism in the United States of America. Who not admitting it? If you're going to sit up here and worry about what white people are admitting to, y'all wasting your time, your energy, and effort. Not all, okay? Plenty of white people are on the side of trying to right the wrongs, okay? Shout out to them, all right? But there are plenty of people who are never going to see the other side, and why people are determined to drive themselves crazy to make them see the other side is beyond me. And at the end of the day, maybe I'm that person trying to make some Negroes understand and see that there is just time that you be wasting, and that there's other places that your energy could be focused in order to see about on a change. But trying to sit up here and change white people who grew up in an area and a place such as Jason Aldean and his grandfather is absolute madness to me. Is absolute. If your interpretation is your interpretation, then that's fine. That's what you interpret. That don't mean that the man is racist. That don't mean that he need to be taken down. That don't mean he need to lose his livelihood. And all this carrying on has shot him right up to number one. Because you know why? The white people is going to support their own.
A lot of this big city, small town business is racist. Is about race. The cities have more black people than the small towns. And
that's why you turn on Fox News.
You turn on Fox News any given time of the day, and there's all these stories about New York and California being crime-ridden states. The states with the worst murder rates are all red states.
They were an interracial couple. Were run.
Oh man, I was hoping I could hear what all those states are that Whoopi was about to say. So social media calls out country singer Jason Aldean after his questionable lyrics in a new song called Try That. Here is it. Oh, okay. They got a thing from Jace. All right, Jace. In the past 24 hours, I've been accused of releasing a song, a song that has been out since May. Okay, the song has been out since May. We are now in almost August, and was subject to the comparison that I, direct quote, was not too pleased with the nationwide BLM protest. These references are not only meritless, but dangerous. Agree. There is not a single lyric in the song that references race or points to it. Absolutely. And there isn't a single video clip that isn't real news footage. Absolutely. Exactly. And while I can try and respect others to have their own interpretation of a song with music, this one goes too far. As so many point out, I was present at Route 91 where so many lost their lives. I don't know what that means. And our community recently suffered another heartbreaking tragedy. No one, including me, that must have been Vegas. No one, including me, wants to continue to see senseless headlines or families ripped apart. I agree. Try That in a Small Town for me refers to the feeling of, it don't go anywhere, of a community that I had growing up where we took care of our neighbors regardless. Okay. I'll have to maybe take a look at that because that's just a screenshot. There's no more anyway. I don't see it that way. I'm a raccoon anyway. So I can't be concerned with everything that white people do, the way that people want to police white people, but they don't want to police themselves. I was always told in the small town that I grew up in, being raised by my grandmothers, is that you take care of home. And black people refuse to take care of home, but always want to cast stones, talking about what other people do, what they need to do, and don't want to see what it is that they need to do. The best thing that we can do for the community is do for ourselves, and we won't do that. Complaining about white people, but looking for white people and getting everything from white people. This circus is just, child, it's just too much. And the fact that a lot of people, I'm just say people, can't see their hypocrisy is amazing to me. I like the song. And watching the daggone video and listening to it, I'm not going to go download it, but, it's okay song to listen to. I understand it. Just because your experiences are not everybody else's experience, don't make it wrong. But if all these people ain't got the same outrage and issue for the dude that was dog walking Sukihana and Sexy Red, or the music that Sexy Red and Sukihana put out, and I'm just naming them because they are at top of mind, but you got a problem with Jason Aldean, then you can go to hell. That's it. That's all. If you made it this far, I do appreciate you. Please consider subscribing. I will see you all in the next one.